It is a hard road. The sun shines brightly, making us very hot. But it's worth it. We are on a grand tour of our realm, visiting several of my vassals, and showing the people our majesty, seeing different places in the realm. That's a privilege. So we shall not complain, but we shall continue on our road around the realm. And we are here, Diyarbakir, near this place. But we're not stopping here, we're moving on, we're going to Alexandretta. And as you can see, I have started a learning challenge. Learning the language of Shiva, my concubine, because she speaks Arabic and we are the South Arabic culture, right? The culture that speaks the South Arabian language. So this will help learning another language. Anyway, yeah, so because I was in the war, I got wounded, and now my wounds are healed, but I'm scarred, which makes me more attractive. The streets of Alexandretta are richly decorated for my arrival, and my vassal Sheikh Sagar dutifully awaits me. So here we are, up for a boring, mediocre at best, festival that Dullard Sagar has had the decency to prepare. Thankfully, I'm here to show these people the extent of my magnificence. Because, yes, I am very magnificent. Okay, let us start. Off in a remote corner of the festival, I find an elaborately decorated tent. The materials and patterns are alien to me, so different from what I've seen back home. Its owner is stranger still, smiling at me knowingly above clasped hands. Ah, Malika Muazzam, I see much in your future. Come, give me a coin and I'll tell all. A coin you shall have, or I have no interest in common charlatans. I think a coin you shall have. I gain superstitious though, but that's stressless though, that's good. And our patriarch has concluded his task again. Task aborted. Patriarch, I can no longer continue because they're all converted. So let us reassign him. Let us reassign him. So that was Mecca, right? Yeah. No, what? This is... change task to convert faith. That's what's confusing me. Yeah, we should do something here as well, but how about the original Socotra? Right? They should also follow our way of worship. Alright, back to Alexandretta, where we are enjoying our tour. This one, the hosting. There we go. What is it? Why is she? She's drunk. Okay. Yeah, she's the only child of Sheikh Ad. No, she's not the only child. I always confuse that. And she's the child of Sheikh Aden, who was pretty decent until at the end of his life. He had all kinds of problems. But, yeah. Anyway, let's continue. An unexpected performer. Acrobats jump in colorful attires. One of them opens his mouth to catch a ball that another one throws, and the public erupts into cheers. The music soon follows. I've heard this song before, perhaps. Most of them sound too similar. Even from the days I can hear the peasants loudly singing along. And dance in the fields of woof woof woof. A figure decides to join in stealing the juggling balls. Get that dog. I could take it back with me and I gain a pet dog. But I gain stress because I'm avaricious and ambitious. I wouldn't mind having a dog though. Perfect companion for Rasa. My little daughter. I must remain in place. Yeah, I'm here to show my majesty, so I shall remain in place. Johannes Amiropoulos brought with you shown. No. I have concluded my royal visitation of Alexandretta, and now my procession prepares to depart. Sheikh Asagai of Alexandretta and her court have all lined up neatly to see me part, and with everyone present it is time to collect tribute for bestowing her with my presence. And so it is. I don't know what I was expecting when I asked Sheikh Asagai to host a cultural festival to display the customs of our people, but it wasn't this. I turned my head away from the uncoordinated dance of poorly trained performers and tried to find some comfort in the meals prepared. Wow, the venison is hardly cooked, and the parsnips are completely carbonized. Is this a good representation of Alexandrettan culture? This is awful. Have some help and get better. No, have some help. Get better. And that was that. And we move on to Lebanon. My arrival at Emir Yohannes Castle in Beirut is marked with fanfare, befitting the Malik al-Muazzam of the realm. The locals are clearly awed by the grandeur and pomp of my escort. My vassal dutifully receives me with all requisite deference. Johanna outlines a planned tour and assures me Lebanon is so fair and fine a land that merely gazing on her towns and fields will be entertainment enough. Only time will tell. So he is the son of Idris. Okay. Seems to be having a money problem. Okay, let's get to it. As I am taken to see all the sights in Wilaya of Beirut, I'm beginning to notice the absolute opulence of it all. Though merely an emir, Johanna lives in relative luxury and clearly has more than enough coin to go around. Looking at the sheer number of windows in his abode, I could introduce a window tax and bleed the emir of his access. I don't think that is. I'll let him off for now. As I continue to tour the grounds of Wilaya of Beirut, my host decides to take it upon himself to show off his hunting prowess. With everyone's attention fixed on him, Emir Yohannes Zeyd fails to even graze his target, much to the amusement of my procession. While everyone laughs, I see an opportunity to outdo my host and show everyone how a Malik al-Muazzam fires an arrow. He won't like me. I'm the better hunter. Yes, congratulations. Congratulations. We're here. We won't make a fuss. My ride through the grounds of Beirut is brought to a sudden jolting halt as I feel my prized horse stumble over a rock. Though it is quick to recover and I am only momentarily thrown off balance, I can hear members of my procession snickering behind me. I feel a little embarrassed, but I know really it isn't the animal's fault. A Malik al-Muazzam is meant to give off an air of untouchable regality and command respect of all his subjects. And this incident has thrown off my image of perfection. Well, see, I'm not perfect either. Everyone makes mistakes. And my ward Mehali has come of age. Okay. Daughter of Wali Paul. Until we meet again. And my ward Hasina has come of age. She is the daughter of Sima. Omira. Yeah. She's Syriac, and she's betrothed to somebody useless. by all accounts. I mean, he's lustful but sterile, okay. And I can't do anything about this, can I? No. Alright, good luck. Wandering the countryside of Beirut, I happen across what seems to be gathering peasants in a small hamlet. Accompanied by their proud owners, plump and healthy livestock graze, looking good enough to take a bite out right away, as they are. The peasants occasionally bring their goods to be judged, analyzing their size and health. They seem to be holding some sort of festival, and as soon as I've noticed, they're eager to show me the fruits of their labor. We should survey these lands. We should, but this is a waste of time. How wonderful. I'll judge the contest. And the grand tour becomes more majestic. Yes, that's what we should do. Crusader kings, for too long the progressivist faithful have been brutalized by heretics and infidels. We shall no longer suffer our holy sites to be ravaged by blasphemers, our beliefs to be mocked by false prophets. It is time for the true followers of God to unite and strike back against the unbelievers. Deus vult. I'm not sure why we're saying this in Latin, but the Christian faiths now have access to crusades. Okay. Maybe that's something for down the road. What's this? I find myself curious to see how the lowlifes of Beirut live, so I pay a visit to an establishment where the locals seem to be growing quite rowdy. One man stands atop a table commanding the attention of everyone in earshot. What do we even need an emir for anyway? Johanna bleeds us dry with his bloody taxes, yet he expects our undying loyalty. The entire building erupts into thumping and applause. Clearly my emir is not popular in his own home. Arrest these traitors. Do not speak ill of the emir, have at you. Or these peasants have the right idea. They don't have the right idea. Arrest the traitors. I have concluded my royal visitation of Beirut, and now my procession prepares to depart. Emir Johann of Zeyd and his court have all lined up neatly to see me part, and with everyone present, it is time to collect tribute for bestowing him with my presence. During the tour of Beirut, I am locked in conversation with my vassal Emir Johanna about the importance of information and deception when he is interrupted by one of his courtiers. Although the lowly courtier spoke completely out of turn, Emir Johanna of Zeyd strangely did not chastise him, allowed him to speak directly to me. Though what he has to say is quite interesting, this break of social etiquette has caught me quite off guard. Sabas Narcitis. I will listen, or one should never speak out of turn. Hidden Peak, Huma bint Siti Raja. Another one of these genius children of Agarwal is engaged to my grandson Zainuddin, so we shall let her be lustful for more genius children. My arrival at Emir's castle in Tiberias is marked with fanfare befitting the Malik al-Muazzam of the realm, and the locals are clearly awed by the grandeur and pomp of my escort. The vassal dutifully receives me with all requisite deference. Root outlines the planned tour and assures me Urdunn is so fair and fine a land that merely gazing on her towns and fields will be entertainment enough. So Root is the daughter of Perez, who was my loyal, diplomat, chancellor. And he died leaving 2 daughters. But, yeah, she's only recently come of age. Didn't I? Yeah, betrothing her to one of my grandsons. But he's not of age yet. Let's get to it. Her language pleasant prattle. As we pass through the villa of Tiberias, a jubilant local approaches my entourage. His smile stretches from ear to ear. I discern that he is offering a warm welcome, but the finer aspects of his speech are sadly lost to me. Be that as it may, I wave away my attentive companions and return his joyful greeting. I can hardly imagine a more excellent chance to practice my Arabic. And where are we now? We are now in Antioch, in Tiberias. There. Yes. Let us simply have a pleasant conversation. I'm feeling rather feisty today. Yeah, let's do that. Have an engaging debate. Trying my best at Arabic. Can't be that hard, can it? Ophir and Layla became friends. Okay. As I continue my tour around Tiberias, I hear unfamiliar voices all around us. Suddenly I find my entire party surrounded by women in hoods pointing knives and bows directly at me. One of the assassins steps forward towards me and presses her knife firmly to my side. Happy hunting, my lord. We've come hunting Malik al-Mulazam. Though I am at first startled, it quickly becomes clear that this is just an act. The assassin gives me a wink and I observe that their weapon is entirely made of wood and dull on all sides. They expect me to play along and foil the attempt on my life. Have at you, sycophant. Before we go on, this. Educate the child. Yes. Okay, that's good. Tiberias seems like a truly opulent and excessive place with a bloated Emira as its ruler. A bloated Emira? I don't think so. She is actually rather skinny. Where is the Emira? No, not to be found. This way, this way. Yes, there, look at her. She has a funny hat. But, yeah. Because her culture is Shasturki. With Israelite heritage. Yeah, I mean, she's rather skinny. Bloated Emira? I don't think so. Anyway, everywhere I look I see signs which all point to one thing: undeclarable taxable amenities. Undeclared taxable amenities. The livestock count seems much higher than reported. The Emir's abode seems almost luxurious enough to be for Malik al-Muazzam. Is that... no, that's not... why is this boy here? Instead of the Emira. Anyway, maybe we should tax her more. Al-Glab suggests I should tax this excess, since the Emira has clearly not been paying her dues. Oh, this is... the babe suggests I should tax her more. Really now? That's what you're here to tell me? But you're at my court in Baghdad, so... are you on the mobile phone or something? It's like... Granted. I hear that they're not paying enough taxes over there. I mean, you're just a few months old. Shut up. Tax the Emira. I just gained 50. I get that every month. And control level will change by plus 10. Control level, that's good. Okay. Alright. And we have another inspired person. Yeah, mercenaries can go. Emir Ruth has been quite a gracious host so far, showing me her lands and possessions with pride, so I'm immediately taken aback when she starts stammering and clearly trying to draw my attention away from an apparently unremarkable door we are passing. Are you hiding something from me, Ruth? I take advantage of her moment of stun. Shameful? Guilty? Silence to push the door open, and I'm surprised by what I find. A deposit of food, gold pieces, and general goods. It's only fair to share this with you, Malik al-Muazzam. On my tour of Tiberias, I found a rare moment where I'm not being ferried around by my host, or being expected to make an appearance anywhere. I see places of worship filling up for the day, taverns beginning to welcome their early drinkers, and beggars lay on the streets pleading for just a crumb to eat. Census? That goes a bit too far, right? See how the Asharis worship? I don't think so. An excellent opportunity for charity. Give something back, or I just want to relax. Yeah, maybe charity is good. Sacred touch. Yes. That sounds like the right thing to do after having taxed her. Giving to charity. It's not because I need it, right? My award, Jabir has come of age. It's time he left my care. Jabir has become a mastermind philosopher, and he can marry Salma Agrawal, the genius daughter of Emir City Raja. That sounds excellent. Wait a moment here. Okay. Oh, he's with me. So we have the wedding in Tiberias. Okay. Yeah, that we shall do. What's in the name? With the babe cradled in her arms, Shiva wipes tears from her cheeks and addresses me without taking her eyes off our daughter. My love, I think we should name her Shiva after me. What do you say? That would be confusing. It's like when I say Shiva, my love, which one do I mean? Right? I had something else in mind. So, we have Tanaz, we had Susan and Sajida, Layla, Sahaba, Rasa, and Shazada. Oh, and Isra. Yeah. Okay, so Shamim, Kamara. Kamara, much better. Yes. Out of turn. During the tour of Tiberias, I'm locked in conversation with my vessel Mirarut about the importance of information and deception when she is interrupted by one of her courtiers. Though the lowly courtier spoke completely out of turn, Mirarut of Urdunn strangely did not chastise him and allowed him to speak directly to me. Though what he has to say is quite interesting, this breaking of social etiquette has caught me quite off guard. Halil appears to be one of her knights and has a lot to say about intrigue. I will listen this time. He's a shy guy, so he must have good reason to speak to me. Tiberias seems like a truly opulent and excessive place with the bloated Mira as its ruler. Again this. And this time at least we have a 4-year-old. She would lose more opinion of me. I'll write him for now. I have concluded my royal visitation of Tiberias, and now my procession prepares to depart. Mirarut of Urdunn and her court have all lined up neatly to see me part with everyone present. It's time to collect tribute for bestowing her with my presence. My brother, my father, my husband all died in war. Yes, so it seems. Peasants screaming at me across the village square. And I visited the Grand Temple. Need lifestyle experience for that. When you commanded and won the Battle of Medina against Sultan Nureddin of Tulunid, I was a victory for you. It was a victory for you. But for me it was a day 3 generations of my family died. Her anger had turned to tears, and the words she spoke next barely reached my ears. You're no Maliko al-Muazzam of mine. I can't bring it back, but maybe some gold will help. That's excessive. That was a sacrifice I was willing to make. That is quite steep. That is quite steep. Where are we? Jerusalem. No. Perhaps some gold will help. Prepared for war without. Yeah, I mean, Tulunid. They shouldn't have come. But, of course, they wanted to protect their holy sites. The ugly statue. I was warned ahead of time that the villagers of Jerusalem had come together and erected a statue of me. When I arrive and look at it, though, I cannot really process what I'm seeing. Not only is the statue the ugliest thing I have ever seen, but it looks nothing like me. Glancing around, however, I see only proud faces beaming up at me. Does no one else see how bad this is? This is so great. Development growth minus 50%. Is this a joke? Yeah, is this a joke? Tear it down. The faithful prepare for war. Glorious news has reached my court. Patriarch Sadiq has decided that it is time for all righteous true Christians to unite under a single banner. Why is he in his 90s? And march against the enemies of the faith in a crusade for the glory of God. To all those who will join this sacred quest, the Prince Archbishop ensures a place in heaven. He is the progressivist patriarch. Okay. But he is sickly. Shouldn't you have waited? Or you wanted to do a last good deed before you die, is that it? What is the goal, even? Crusade for the Kingdom of West Francia? Really now? I am going to redirect this. My warriors will be ready to fight. When does this start? June next year, 17 months. We should be back. Yeah. My warriors will be ready to fight. You, wait a moment. I need to appoint a beneficiary and I need to redirect the war. Right? I mean, West Francia is so far away from us. We don't have any holy sites there. It's no use. But then again, I don't want... well... could grant this holy site and the land around it to one of my daughters or granddaughters. I need a beneficiary. Thanos. Or granddaughter, my son Galib. It's not that good. My daughter Layla. She's my caravan master. Yeah. My daughter Sajida. Yeah. Maybe my daughter Sajida. Okay, and then redirect. Good to Kingdom of Thessalonica. Interesting. Look at the Osark. Oh, that's in Spain. This is all in Europe. The Tulunid Sultanate. That's an interesting option. But I want the Safavids. Can I just point at this? Safavid. No. Maghreb. That's all the way over here. Malakit of Armenia. We already have most of that. Georgia. Caspian Steppe. Okay, yeah, I see. Why does point and click not work here? Combining picture cooking. Samanid or Safarid. There you go, the Safarid Grand Emirate. That includes... This is already in my realm. That's all this. Okay. Because we want... where is it? One of these places here. It's our holy site. Redirected, yes. That is better. Okay. Launches in 17 months. Let's keep an eye on that. June 9/11. Local hero. As we traverse the scrublands, trudging through the scrub, as it happens to be in the scrublands, we encounter a modest wayward shrine, naively carved. It sports a cross at its head, and below the weathered words, "Here lay Saint Adila of Shammar, blessed daughter of Al-Humayma." Saint Adila of Shammar, it seems a local spiritual figure is being patronized in these parts, while not sanctioned by the progressivist clergy. Cast down this heterodoxy, desecrated tomb, that's not so good. Amira Michal, lose opinion of me. And that's the sister of Ruth, right? Also a daughter of parrots. And she doesn't like me. We had better be going. Yeah, let's overlook this to not further upset our host. The iris among the weeds. As we ride through the Sheikhdom of Tabuk, I find myself becoming infatuated with the scenery. Truly, the desert of Sarj must be the fairest in all of Socotra, and fairer still are the women who call it home. As my entourage escorts me through yet another lowly village, I find a particularly fair young woman going about her lowly duties, and I feel my heart grow aflutter. Watching this little firebrand in her mundanity is like seeing poetry made flesh, and before I can even think, my heart has already commanded me to call my entourage to a halt. Well, she is fair. I must make my feelings known, and she becomes my lover, and I lay with her. And I realize I'm bisexual. How is that related? Oh, I thought I saw something. Keep moving. No, I will led astray by my feelings. It is quite unlike me, but we are more dedicated to the passions of the flesh, right? And she became my lover. My ward Tanine has come of age, and it's time she left my care. Even as a child, Tanine has always had a way with words. It is therefore unsurprising that she has taken well to the study of diplomatic relations. A true silver tongue, she could sway the opinion of counts and kings alike. When she speaks, the court listens in enraptured silence. My wife's contributions towards her education cannot go unmentioned. Her lessons have given Tanine valuable knowledge for her future life. She's become Grey Eminence. That is great. And they're married. As I make my way to Wajh. The streets of Wajh are richly decorated for my arrival, and my vassal Sheikh Shuja dutifully waits me. How I yearn to delight myself in the great activities and joys that I'm sure Shuja has prepared, and to show these people the extent of my magnificence. Okay, so I have arrived now here. So I was passing through Amman and arrived here. It's just a lowly shape, but Okay. The streets are richly decorated for my arrival. Let's start. A group of locals has taken the stage in what seems to be the longest, blandest sermon I've ever heard. I try to keep my eyes open, but soon enough the piles of hay at the corner of the street look a bit too comfortable and a bit too tempting. I must stay awake, or I'm just resting my eyes. There's a chance that he will notice. I'm just resting my eyes. It's been a long travel. But he saw me and lost opinion of me. Okay, I'm sorry. The stage in Wajh has been set up with hay, flowers and an interesting guest. 3 different goats stand in the center, accompanied by their proud owners. Check shooter gestures to me from the other end of days. There is our judge. I look around, trying to see if he's referring to me, but there's no mistake. I start walking towards him while he continues. Welcome to our annual animal fair where the prettiest goat will be crowned. When he talks, I notice that he's sneakingly pointing at the one on the left. And the one on the left, obviously, the common one has a familiar beauty, or South Arabian goats truly are the prettiest. I need to get him on my side, so yeah. And my warcheck Nizam has come of age. He is my grandson until we meet again. Here we go. Every person in Wajh seems to be immersed in the funniest conversation that ever was. They chuckle and cough and even nudge each other whenever they think it may be too excessive. From here and there I manage to hear the word grimly. When I approach the main stage I find Sheikh Suja holding a flower crown in his hands with a mischievous smile. Here he is, he announced, pointing at me, our king of grim and grievance. What an amiable surprise. I gained the nickname of beauty and noblesse. Physical admiration. Okay. I have concluded my task again. You are so fast in doing this. Okay. Just a moment while I reassign my patriarch. I guess this one might as well. I mean, he's so fast, doesn't really matter. Guardian can be assigned, so let's do that. He's my grandson by my daughter Layla. Okay. I'm not going to educate him myself this time. I'm having so many of these. I'm sure I have good people like my heir, Prince Zainuddin. But first, I should have him study language, right? Yeah, like don't we have Syriac? Yeah. And then send him to be educated. Great. And we are still learning Arabic. And we're still preparing for the crusade. Okay. Back to our grand tour. 'Tis the season, streets hanging with tapestries. Ah, the smell of freshly cooked lamb. The way Wajh shines during this time of year. A bonfire has been lit in the center of the town to celebrate the victory with the brightest stars, ascending into heaven above. Amid the reveling and drinking of spiced wine, one of the locals starts a song that all join into. Summer has arrived, loudly sing, pigeon. The seed is growing and the meadow is blooming, sing, pigeon. Such a lovely celebration, or let's drink some arak. I don't think it's a lovely celebration. Yeah. I have concluded my royal visitation of Wajh, and now my procession prepares to depart. It is time for a tribute. Word has reached me that my plans have been interrupted. It is no longer possible for me to pay a royal visit to Thebe. Sheikh Shaman of Thebe has taken to the field of battle and is no longer able to host me. This does not spell the end of my tour. It's a great disappointment. I was looking forward to this. Yes, I was looking forward to this. I just assigned you, and I wanted to come and visit you. How dare you? Okay, so I am moving on. Can I redirect? I want to go... What? And, no, wait a moment, we're still here. K-bar. Okay, what? Let's move on. Shifting interests. I was watching Samir play with the other children when Sitara tried to push him over. The moment did not last long, and Samir soon had made an entirely new game out of it and forgotten the previous game already. Moving on is often the best approach. The servant is Malik al-Muazzam. I enter a local tavern in K-bar, weary from travel and thirsting for ale and rest. My quiet contemplation is disturbed by the sound of a slamming fist on splintery wood, followed by a scornful spit. That lumbering coxcomb. He's a complete foreigner. How can we be ruled over by someone who isn't even Bedouin? I try to keep my profile low, but it appears that my Malik al-Muazzamli manner and Socotra on my garments have given me away. Must think of something before the situation escalates. Who is this? Khalil, you are a peasant leader. Ah, this is no good. Say it to my face, you cur. I lost a trade wounded, and I slayed him. Life of a ruler. Several peasants gather around me asking for stories from my life. I think back on what I could tell them, and two stories jump to mind. One, when I became the ruler of the Emirate of Jaf al-Yamani, Yemen that is a lovely memory. On the other hand, when I began the annexation of the Sheikhdom of Kinda Sakun, held by Sadiq Sadiqid, is a more awesome tale, likely to inspire loyalty and fervor. Everyone loves a war story. Everyone loves a war story. Because I'm ambitious. Learn language success. After lots of hard work, I finally learned the Arabic language. Endless hours practicing accentuation, sleepless nights mimicking inflection, and countless lessons mastering intonation. It was all worth it in the end. During my efforts, I looked to emulate Shiva's accent. I'm sure that she would be impressed with my results. And of course, Bedouin peasants now respect me a great deal more. I feel accomplished. Perhaps I should send a letter in Arabic to Shiva. Wouldn't that be the same? Like Arabic or South Arabic? Anyway, let's do it. And impress her even more. She's already given me 5 children. To address Malik al-Muazzam as my tour continues to progress. I am informed I have made arrangements to meet with a representative of the disgruntled peasantry. A pitiable creature grovels before me, arguing about the alleged dignity of the Shyakikian common folk. However, it soon comes to my attention that the vile knave has never once addressed me as my Malik al-Muazzam, a crime which may be punished in any way I see fit. He's another one of these peasant leaders. Forgive his ignorance, or have this creature whipped for 5 miles. That's a bit harsh, isn't it? And he disappeared without a trace. Okay. Welcome. Let's come of age. Okay. Oversleeping. Yesterday our travels in Thalabia were rather grueling, and I was so exhausted that I overslept. The rest of my entourage didn't want to wake me up, saying their word that I would not be in the right state of mind if they didn't give me enough time to rest. I'll be careful not to oversleep again. Traveling diligently on time, or thanks. That was a good night's rest. Yeah, it was a good night's rest. I needed that. Traveling through the desert is harsh. And I can unlock a new stewardship perk. We're going for architect, right? Although I should maybe do golden obligations. Yeah, a duel demanded. I'm rather low in prowess because I'm old. And this guy, yeah, he would do. Amut will show you how it's done. Amut wins the fight. Alone in the kitchen, greetings, my lord. Ekaterini, one of the cooks, says, I have your lord Sitara here with me. She promised to clean the pots in the cookery, you see. She draws in a sharp breath, but she nibbled all the food like a little rat and then fell asleep on the flour sack. She is due a hiding if you ask me, but I'll leave her with you to do as she sees fit. The child is so unmotivated and lethargic, you could confuse her for a corpse. Now that is not very nice. You may be a genius, but lazy is not good. You should have eaten all the sweets. You should treat Ekaterini better. Yes, you should. A changing mind. My daughter Hanifa has been asking me for a wooden warrior for a long time, and I told her I would get one for her in 3 months if she displayed more focus in her studies. She simply waved my offer away, saying she did not really care about that anymore. Hanifa... Yeah, content would be good, but Fikro will do. And I'm quite stressed out. Guardian can be assigned. Okay, let's assign a guardian for Isra. She wants Marshal. Well. Study language. West Iranian language. Okay, that's a good one. And educate child. It's time someone else takes over that duty. My marshal. Yeah, that's pretty good. Political culture 2. Bedouin. No. And the food has gone bad. Let's take our time to forage and hunt. And conclusion of my grand tour. We're finally back home. Every county within Johanna's realm. Control level changed. Okay, I gained a lot of prestige. And every visited vassal gained 30 opinion. That's very nice. Yeah, why does she hate me? For a whole host of reasons. And she's still Nestorian, she doesn't want to convert. Alright, let's finish our grand tour. Wow, that's a lot of prestige and a lot of piety and quite a lot of gold. Alright, now, before we do anything else, we need to get ready for this crusade. Yeah, the defenders, they have gathered quite a few defenders. Yeah, this wasn't the way I was going to do this, but I might as well now. We're still in the majority, with most of the soldiers coming from me, because, well, we're the only realm with this version of the Christian faith. So, do I donate some gold? The war chest represents the sum total of all the donations made by the supporters of this crusade. A portion of his gold will be shared among the participants when the preparation phase is over, while the rest will be split among the winners. I could spare a few coins. I will seriously consider it. Yeah. Who are the attackers? Just me and my holy order. Wow. Against the host of Muslims that will come to defend Persia. And they're already in internal war. Dissolution war. Okay. How far along are they? 28%. Okay. That's not too bad. It will start in June. And it's right next door, so if we gather our forces close by that point, like here, so. Then that will be quick. It's still showing my route. Okay, that's that. Okay, before we do anything else, there's something that I've been meaning to do for quite a while. And that is culture. We're bordering the Syria culture, so right now, yeah, our acceptance is through the roof because I assigned my steward, Zainuddin, to... oh, I thought I assigned him to cultural acceptance. No, okay. Fine, whatever. We're there, so we shall form a hybrid culture. And I'm not going to call it Syro-South Arabian. I'm going to call it the other way around. Arabo-Syrian. Arabo-Syriac. Yeah, that sounds more like it. Collective, no, Arabo-Syrians. Arabo-Syriacs? Prefix. Arabo-Syriac. Yeah, like that. Language. Aramaic. Heritage. Arabic. Yeah. Byzantine heritage doesn't make sense for us. Aramaic, because it was the language of our Lord. That seems to be a good choice. We can only choose the communal ethos, so that's fine. The color should be something more distinct. Yeah, blue is like French and African, and here is like that, yeah. Like a blue purple. That's more like Greek. Yeah. Okay, I think this will do. Then we need... oh, we will discover Banos, Ledger and Kanats. That is very nice. We get an extra building slot. And extra accolade. And higher level enforcement rate. That's nice. Syriac is purple, by the way, so we, because they're Byzantine. Yeah, mix between purple and green would probably just look very weird. Would be more bluish, probably. Okay, let's do that. Traditions. We want loyal subjects, we want dexterous fishermen, we want strong believers. We don't want quarrelsome because the disloyal trait being more common is not a good thing. Caravaneers, that would be nice to keep, but I'm not sure if we can. Seafarers, trade ports will increase control growth. Philosopher culture, pensive, scholar trade, learning per level of fame. Yeah, I think strong believers, zealous is more common, humble is more common. That is what we're all about. Dexterous fishermen, we've always been that. Coastal holdings provide additional defender advantage, yes, and supply capacity. Seafarers, the trade port line of buildings, will increase control growth, increase levies, unlocks the ability to sail in major rivers. Lower embarkation cost, okay, that's good. Loyal subjects is good. Although we could switch it out for caravaneers. Maritime mercantilism. Yeah, we're like the sailors of the desert, right? But we do have a host of coastal counties. This is very nice, though. Now, I think this is it. This is what I looked at as being what we are about, the Socotran culture. Okay. Everyone will convert. Wow. The Arabo-Syriac hybridization, spurred on by positive relations and increased cultural exchange, the South Arabian and Syriac peoples have grown increasingly close over the years. Now individuals from these societies have begun to view themselves not as one or the other, but as both, simultaneously. A new Arabo-Syriac culture. The South Arabian traditions and values form the backbone of this new culture, while various Syriac attributes have been adapted and integrated to meet the needs of their new society. With the Arabo-Syriac people now looking to me for guidance, it is time to set the stage for our shared future, to a new age, a new era, a new people. Yeah, okay, so we have... This is still South Arabian. Really? Okay, so only here did the people really convert to our new culture. Alright, alright. And we can reform it? Martial men only. Aramaic language. Adopt Aramaic court language. Adopt this new court language. Yes. Okay. And I cannot add one here, right? The only way I can reform it now... Oh, I can change this. Martial men only. I think men only is good. That's in line with our traditions. We're doing mustering rounds. Yes. This will be discovered in 11 years. We already have the rest. And in 13 months we'll reach the early medieval age. That is great. Do we want to change that? Communal. Wow, 20,000 prestige to change ethos. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, we can't, even if I wanted to. Alright. Alright. Well, I think that concludes this episode. I will assign my prince, to promote culture. Do we really need to focus on Mecca? I don't think so. Let's get Jerusalem first. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed it's so little. Not even Socotra. Well, it is what it is. We are still a grand empire, and we are on the verge of waging holy war against the Safavids and their fellow Muslims. It will be a big war. It will be a big war. But, yeah, that is for next time. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you next time.